What's going on, you guys? Erica Bernie finally coming back with another video. So I've been in the military for about 9 years now, and throughout my years I've learned travel hacks on how to travel cheaper, better, with the benefit of being in the army. So today's video is about travel hacks in the army and what kind of NCO would I be if I didn't share it with you guys, because I wish I knew this whenever I was younger, because I definitely would have saved a lot more money, and I save a lot more money now. But a caveat before I even tell you the tips is that I'm not sponsored by any of these companies that I do bring up, but I do wish I knew about these things. So that's why I'm kind of giving you guys advice. And sometimes I make TikToks about these, but the YouTube videos kind of go in depth on what I mean about how I save my money or how I can get free flights.
Yeah.
But I'm here for it. I do. The first tip with a travel hack is having different profiles for the airlines that you usually fly with. So for example, I usually fly with Delta when I'm doing personal trips. So all I have to do is go on the website and make a profile using my email, my name, and all that information. I don't need to have a credit card with them. I don't have a credit card with Delta, which I honestly should. But whenever I do take Delta flights, and all I have to do is buy my ticket, put my name into it, put my information, and then it'll be adding up miles. So all the miles that I'm using later on can make future flights discounted, or sometimes I might be flying enough where I don't have to pay for a ticket, or I can at least use it for an upgrade. There's no harm in just having a profile. If you want to have a credit card with it, which kind of does help sometimes, it's great, but you don't need to have a credit card with that company. Alright, now we're back home. Now I can talk about is TSA PreCheck and what is TSA PreCheck. So pretty much already has all your information and everything. Whenever you check in, you usually go to this place where they check your carry-ons, tell you to take off your shoes, your hat, jacket, your laptop, like any electronics you take out. But when you're in TSA PreCheck, you leave your shoes on, everything's a little bit faster, and they check TSA PreCheck personnel first before they go to anyone else. And then the way to do this is on that profile that you might have made, you're able to add your benefits number, which is behind your CAC, which people are gonna say CAC card, but yeah, behind your CAC, which is your military ID. Another way of doing it, because I didn't do it like that in the first place and I didn't even know about TSA PreCheck and me being able to do that, I actually checked in and then they asked me if I wanted TSA PreCheck and why I haven't done it, and I didn't even know how to do it, so they added my benefits number while I checked in. So that's a way to do it, and I'm telling you right now, if you're late or you have long check-in times and like sometimes you have to be there 2-3 hours earlier, having TSA PreCheck will be a lifesaver, and it honestly helps me with my stress. And I'm like, okay, I'm TSA PreCheck, I'm a little bit late, but I'm okay, I'm gonna get through it. So it is around October, November time frame, and this is a time where people start looking for holiday block leave tickets. And since I've been in the military for 9 years, I've looked at buying tickets, how to get the best prices and all that so many times, and I'll make another Amex American Express video and how I've learned to actually get free flights. We're gonna talk about booking flights or even looking for future flights. So I know it's about the time where people are starting to look at flights for holiday block leave, and this is my 2 cents on how to do it, is that you go on Google or whatever it is and make sure you have an incognito tab where anything you search or whatever it is, for the most part, or it doesn't even show up the next time you try to search it. Or the reason why you search in incognito is because whenever you start looking for flights, for some reason the airlines and all that stuff tend to kind of realize, oh, you're looking for this flight. Even goes with Expedia, all the other little stuff that you don't, if you weren't to buy it from the airline, they still figure out a way to up the price. They realize, oh, they're looking at this flight, they're looking around this time, and we're gonna slowly bump it up, so the next time you see it, oh, it's $100 more. Next time you see it, might be $200 more. It's very beneficial to do it incognito so they don't know that you're searching for these flights. And then another tip is to actually use a VPN, and I haven't done this one yet, but I've heard a lot of travel vloggers do it, is they use a VPN and you can like change your location to different countries or wherever you can be, and for some reason being in a different country, the flight prices are just cheaper, so you might want to look into that as well. If you found a flight and you know you have long layovers and you don't have the Amex Platinum card, which will be another whole video, a lounge that you can go to and that's only military personnel, active duty, reserve, National Guard, and I think veterans as well is allowed to go, is going to the USO. Usually major airports have a USO, so all you have to do is pull up the map at the airport and figure out where the USO is, and you get in for free. There's a bunch of free snacks. Sometimes there might be a place where you can sleep, shower, and all that stuff. You don't want to be sitting next to the gate and waiting or spending a lot of money on food. Go to the USO. All right, this is the biggest tip I can give you, and it's about if your flight, if you miss your connection, if for some reason your flight is canceled, or just some overall bad thing, you miss your flight. A few tips you should do, and I've done this before because there'll be times where there's a long layover, or I miss my connecting flight because there was a delay or anything like that. First step you want to do, go to the service line as fast as possible. You get there because all the other people are going to try to get to that line quickly as well. Once you get to the service line, right, hopefully you have AirPods, headphones, or whatever, so that you're also calling international number with the airline that you're flying with. And yes, I said international, and this is a big tip because for some reason when you call the international number, which they usually should have the international number, they will transfer you back to the domestic side and get you to someone quicker. So number one, get to the service line. Number two, call the international airline number for your airline. And then number three, while you're doing all these things, like I said, hopefully you have headphones where you can also talk and wait and be on hold and look at your phone. The reason why you want to be able to look at your phone is that you want to look at future flights going to that same destination. So when you get to that service line or you get on someone on the phone, sometimes they may mislook a flight that is better, that's super soon, or better layovers, or whatever it is. They kind of mislook it because they're doing so many other things. So if you have a flight that you're like, all right, there's seats on this flight, this is the flight number, this is the time it departs, blah 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 blah, and you give that information, they are more than likely, not all the time, but more than likely able to book you to that flight and get you to whatever destination that you're supposed to go to the first place. I've done that before where the personnel that was helping me get another flight said there wasn't flights out for a couple hours, but then I would pull up my phone. I literally just looked at this flight, I refreshed it, there's still seats on this flight, can I get this flight? And they'll be like, oh wow, I didn't even get it, I didn't even see that. So they'll do their little magic work and I'll be going to the next flight. And that is a big tip I would give you guys. I know it was a lot of information and it was a lot of talking, but I wanted to give you this information now because a lot of people are looking for flights, a lot of people are traveling because all the holidays are coming up, and I know a lot of people are trying to travel. So these are the travel hacks I use while I'm in the Army. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if anything else you want to know, and don't forget to subscribe. Peace.
I got my head in the clouds, I don't wanna come down. I got 1, 2, 3 people doubting me now. I had to stop with the numbers, it's too many to count, but I'll make sure to thank them when I'm taking my bow.